Alright, what's up? So in this very quick video, I'm going to share with you how to create unlimited content ideas. And obviously you don't have to take everything I share about here. And the one thing to note is that sometimes the best content idea just come from what do you truly believe can help people. Your own personal experiences, right, and whatever thoughts that you wish to share. But of course, this is a more structured training about sharing how you can do it. Okay, so personally, I never run out of ideas. I'm always observing, reflecting, journaling, and connecting everyday moments back to my clients or my community. If I ever feel blank, it's never a content problem. Usually, my state, right, I'm not in the right state, right. Just my energy, my mindset, my where I am, my environment is not in the right state to create content ideas. If I'm either tired, distracted, or even disconnected, so the ideas are always there, man. We just need a simple way to catch them, shape them, and share them when the moment is right. And so we'll break down how to do that in this video. So a quick note on AI. I never use AI to come up with content ideas, interestingly. More about how I actually co-create with them. So I always want to make sure it's something that comes from self-expression. And when I talk about this training called the magnetic resonance code, I think you have a better idea what I mean. So again, you can use AI to co-create ideas, but make sure that you actually excited to create that piece of content rather than just because AI told you. And that's my opinion. No, and if you're doing teaching posts, technically you can, right? Just specific teaching posts for clients, or if you're already just creating it for the community. But for most content, I use more of what I truly believe will help people as well. Okay, so I'll still use it for formatting, polishing, right? And it does spit out some usually generic stuff. So you do want to make sure that your content is actually unique to you. And of course, there are other content trainings that we were talking about, but this is something to put at the back of your mind. Okay, so the first key idea I have is I have what I call an idea bank. So before I chase new strategies or feel stuck again, right, I always have what I call an idea bank. So for me, I actually create a private Telegram chat where I just keep writing down any potential content ideas, stories, what I feel is amazing, what are potential content ideas I can create. I keep including it there. So whenever I run out of ideas, I can start scrolling it. So it becomes very easy for me to take a look. And you can think of it like your creative inbox, right? So no pressure to polish, just drop things in, brain dump it, and whenever you need some ideas, you can read it and then remember about what you might feel inspired to share at that point of time. So you're never starting from zero if you never have ideas. And so next layer is actually want to model what has been already working. So rather than starting from scratch all the time, you don't create, you actually curate. So what I do is in these different channels, I actually have different ways to save what I feel are amazing potential content I can model after, right? So for example, YouTube, I have a content inspiration playlist, right? Emails, I star the ones that hook me in the first line. So Facebook, LinkedIn, right? I actually save the post. So under, for example, in Facebook, I'm going to give you an example. Right, under save, I actually have some content ideas that I check it out over here as well. Screenshots, right? I collect punchy hooks and lines into that folder, and actually it's the same private Telegram chat I mentioned earlier. And again, Notes app, Telegram chat, any cool headline phrase, you can always go there as well. So remember, one thing to note is every platform lets you favorite people, turn on post notifications, so you're actually more likely to see them as well. So what I mean, so let's say I like this guy called Brandon Bouchard, right? So this is one of my most common examples I give people. So let's say I really want to follow him. I'll put him under favorite, and then his content, I'll be more likely to see it. The funny thing is his pin post 2022, right? His last post over here was way longer, right? But the main thing to take note over here is when you favorite those people they tend to model after, they are more likely to see their content as well. And prioritize seeing creators who actually inspire you with different content ideas. Okay, so the other thing is obviously is what I call modeling, right? So to go even deeper, which is you actively study the people who post content that feels aligned, not just successful, but resonant. So here's what I recommend you model, right? Creators at a slightly similar or later stage than you. People whose goals, values, and voice align with yours. Coaches or writers in your topic that feels real, not just loud. That means it really resonates and you believe that it sounds like you. So even if you like a piece of content, let's say you like Andrew Tate for any reason, right? This guy for Andrew Tate. But if you don't believe that your values are aligned with him in terms of how you want to create content, then of course you don't want to model him. So model after people whose content resonate with the way you want to communicate your content. So for example, let's say I like my previous mentor I paid more than $50,000 to learn from, right? It's called Melvin So. And then what I do is, right, I will go and actually study him. If I haven't done it, I just study the way he writes content, he creates it, and let's say there's a good content idea, right? There's a content where I tag him. So let's say I like this, right? No, I just make sure it's content. Okay, so for example, I like this content, I can always save it, right? And then it can be my content ideas as well. So you actually want to study them. Remember, success leaves clues. The fastest way to grow is to learn from people who already do what you want to do. Okay, so what you can do is you can even pause this video right now, pick 2 to 3 creators whose content feels magnetic to you. It can be on YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook. Again, you can choose the platform that you're more aligned with. Save 5 to 10 of their best posts or emails. study them, ask what's the structure of this post, what's the tone and energy, what makes this feel clear, real, and compelling, where are they leading a reader, right? And recreate it in your own voice. So using those ideas, right, you can put it as those folders that I mentioned earlier, or even your Telegram group. And then you can start recreating their ideas, not copying them obviously, but maybe adapting the style, the structure, and then use it in your own words as well. Okay, so this tip really comes from a space of immersion beats inspiration. So you don't become a great creator just by reading one good post. You become great by immersing yourself in what works, right? And just binge watching and studying. And that's what I used to do in the past as well. Okay, so another way to get unlimited content ideas is to basically think through your past stories, right? So if you're not too sure, you can actually start journaling a bit further if you want to, or you can start recalling, right, based on what your experiences has been. So it can be present moments or your past stories as well. And again, this is how you build your story bank. So sometimes it just takes you to take 10 minutes to sit down to think, what are 5 turning points that change how you think or live, that you can remember? What are 5 wins you're proud of and what you took to get there? What are 5 moments that tested you? So this is the past. Or it could be present, right? What are the recent combos of questions that you came up with clients this week? What insight hit you mid-shower, mid-scroll, mid-workout? What lesson do you relearn throughout a recent challenge? If you're doing this weekly, you'll never run out of content ideas, to be honest. Okay, so another exercise that I know a lot of clients that I use with them, which is to do this thing called the 20 cool things about you. So what I do is just sit down and just write down, what do you think are 20 cool things about you? So it could be proud milestones, it could be personal traits you're proud of that makes you unique, it could be life experiences that most people don't go through. Okay, 5 beliefs that set you apart in your opinion, right? And then what you can do is to think through about what's the story behind this, what they teach me, how can I pass on a lesson, and these are again content ideas as well. So it's really just about pausing and reflecting. So again, you'll never run out of content ideas as long as you have the right way to document those ideas, and you're also in the right state as well. Okay, so remember, content gets easier when you just do interesting stuff. So another big thing is the best content ideas when you actually go out there to do interesting stuff. As one of my guys I follow, right, says, do crazy shit, reflect on crazy shit, and write about crazy shit, right? So which is go out there and do interesting stuff, and that's how you actually get amazing content ideas. So another way to do it is also, of course, to think for your clients. If you want content that lands, don't just think like your client, you want to think for them. Think about what content that could be very useful for them at that point of time. So for me, when I'm creating content, my number one audience is not my public, it's actually for my clients. So I actually think about what content can be useful for them. What are their challenges right now? What are problems? What are they constantly trying that isn't working? What do they secretly wish someone would just say? What would I tell them if I had 10 seconds and no filter? Not even 10 seconds, right? 100 seconds. What shifted for you? What advice do you need? What their mindset? So again, when you're talking to your clients, you can have some of this at the back of your mind. If you have kind of a content idea, you can write it down in your content idea script as well. Okay, so next one, and the last thing is you can use some of these prompts that I've come up with for you. Again, these are not by no means exhaustive, but these are some of the things that you can use in order to come up with amazing content ideas. Again, use AI as a guide, not a gospel. Even if you use AI to come up with content ideas, make sure you're actually excited, make sure you really feel this can be valuable, rather than I'm creating just so that I'm creating for the sake of it or going through the motion. So if not, let me know if any questions. Feel free to you can always review your content ideas with us on School if you want to. But with that, I'll see you in future trainings and have an amazing day ahead. Bye!